Our next guest ran for governor of Arizona, special advisor to the U.S. Agency for Global Media. Kari Lake is here to react. Kari, it's so great to have you on the program. I'm just scratching my head trying to figure out why this governor would veto a bill like this. I'm going to read you what she said. She said, I vetoed Senate Bill 1109. Improvements to systems that protect our infrastructure are important. However, this legislation is effective at counter-espionage and does not directly protect our military assets. Additionally, it lacks clear implementation criteria and opens the door to arbitrary enforcement. As my co-host here, Brian, says, gobbledygook, we don't know what that means. Why did she veto this bill?
Well, I have my suspicions about her, but this was just regular old common sense piece of legislation. It was a no-brainer from the legislature. You know, it would have prohibited Chinese land purchases near, as you mentioned it, military bases and other important areas in Arizona. And like so many other pieces of legislation, it landed on her desk and it was immediately vetoed. I've always believed that we should take every square inch of U.S. farmland back from China.
Amen.
And not even leave them with a single blade of grass. But I think she's being disingenuous, Rachel, because this bill, it went through a bipartisan amendment process, like all of them do, where if she wanted to influence it and influence the outcome of it, she could have. That's called leadership. But she doesn't give a damn that Arizona could be compromised under her watch. And that's been the case very often with her. So, by the way, it wasn't just about military bases. There's also strategic assets mentioned in this legislation, including the new Taiwanese semiconductor factories in Phoenix. We've got the biggest nuclear power plant, the Palo Verde nuclear power plant here, all areas that would have catastrophic implications if infiltrated by the CCP. This is national security. We're talking about our number one adversary in the CCP. We can't have the Communist Chinese Party owning land near Luke Air Force Base where we train our fighter jets. We've got farmland that, as you mentioned, would be of immense interest to America's adversaries. And it would just put our whole country at risk. But again, this is somebody who's been for open borders, doesn't want to follow along with what President Trump is doing, which is putting our country first. So it's been just a lot of bad leadership for the people of Arizona.
You know, Kari, she didn't give a damn when there was an 800% increase in Chinese nationals, mostly military-age men, coming through that Arizona border and our southern border overall. So not surprising, as you said, but definitely scary and not good for the beautiful state of Arizona or for our country.